is a magic eraser. It erases on these laminated pages so much better than 2 days in a row without having any coffee. So I picked out a fall book that had like other draw a line between like Good morning, everybody. My name is Elena. I'm a 10th year teacher in the state of Iowa, and this is a week of my life teaching ESY. If you have followed along, you know that we've already done 2 weeks of ESY. This is week 3 then. Last week I was gone 2 days out of the week. We had friends in town one day, and then we left to go to my family baby shower over the weekend. Some more exciting news from the weekend is that we are finally officially engaged, which is really exciting. And I am still like, keep looking at my hand and can't believe that this is real. But it's just felt, I don't know, it's felt for so long, like we've been together for so long and have started this family that, I don't know, you just kind of forget like something like this is actually going to happen, but now it's real and official, and we can keep moving forward with all of our official paperwork for adopting our son. Oh, sorry, if you're new to the channel, you don't know the full story, but we are a licensed foster care and adoptive family home, and we have had our son with us since last November through foster care, and we are going to adopt him. I'm also 33 weeks pregnant with baby girl due early September, so yeah, that's kind of our life in a nutshell. But now we are officially going to be married, and we'll be adopting our son very soon now. So yeah, that's exciting. Will not be like big wedding planning. It'll be like we're probably going to get married the same day we adopt our son, and just like we're at the courthouse and doing it all together. But anyways, back to teaching stuff. I'm teaching ESY. There's only 4 weeks of ESY, and so this is week 3, and it's only 4 days a week. So really there's 8 days left of doing this, which I have to keep reminding myself, because every time I have to wake up in the morning to come, I'm like, ugh, why did I choose to do this? And then the day goes by just fine, and it's great, and I do enjoy it. But when I wake up in the mornings, I'm like, I could be sleeping longer right now. But anyways, because I was gone on Thursday, I have quite a lot to clean up from. I've got some behavior progress monitoring that has to get put in, and then I did prep stuff for myself to have out for today, for our lessons for today, knowing that I was gone on Thursday and need to come right back and jump back into work on Monday. But yeah, I'm gonna take you through what we do this week. Hopefully by the end of the week I get started on the sensory room at my school. If you're new to this, new to my vlog, you know, you don't know this yet, but this is not, ESY is not at the school that I teach at. So I'm in someone else's classroom right now temporarily for the ESY program. And eventually all my stuff's gonna have to get sent back to my school, and I'm gonna have to set up my own classroom. But anyways, that's where we're at. I'm going to go ahead and just let you see me cleaning this up and getting ready for the day. And then afterwards we can walk through and talk about what we did for the day.
Start of the night and I'm waiting to call you. Was knocking on doors in the dark, I've been walking hours. Been laid up on the news, now you're lying. The look up on your face, now you smile. It's the start of the night and I'm waiting to call you. Was knocking on doors in the dark, I've been walking hours. Been laid up on the news, now you're lying.
Monday is done. We are ready to prep and get ready for tomorrow. Let me move it back to my first slide. I always have a morning welcome slide with a message. This is our social skills book for tomorrow. So today we read When I Feel Afraid, and the thematic book for fall was Harvest Party. Tomorrow is Be Honest and Tell the Truth. So I have it here, a good morning song, and then I've got a national every day's a holiday calendar my mom gave me for Christmas. So tomorrow is Happy National Gorgeous Grandma's Day. Well, by the time you're seeing this, it's gonna be too late, but put on your calendar for next year on July 23rd. Happy National Gorgeous Grandma's Day. So our thematic book for fall tomorrow is The First Thanksgiving. This is actually really nice. It's just making me think of my baby shower this weekend, because I got a bunch of these board books for baby girl as gifts, and I'm really excited about. We need to put some bookshelves in her room now. But anyways, that's the book. So I've got the Velcro pieces ready to go for visual schedules. I will put these away. Some of the stuff that we worked on today, I had one group, a student that was working on, we started subtracting numbers, but I think I closed that slide out already. So it came from iReady though. I'm just using the grade level, well, the student's going into 4th grade and we're working on kindergarten skills. But I was using an iReady lesson from our curriculum to do that. And we're using a lot of manipulatives as always. And then ESY, for that student, we did lesson 8 day 1. So short I, so tomorrow will be day 2. That's up and ready to go. Got these books out. The students that we're working on one-to-one counting with, I included a video in there of some of this, but of the tens frames, tracing the numbers, building it, and yeah, I got the expo marker in here. This is a magic eraser. It erases on these laminated pages so much better than just an expo marker eraser. So if you are using, I learned this myself too, because this was actually something that came prepped and sent from another student, but if you laminate just cardstock, that's all this is laminated cardstock. Regular expo markers are terrible to erase off of there. They just smear, but this magic eraser really does the trick. It is completely clean. So I will be using that from now on these laminated pages. Obviously, expo eraser is fine if it's actually a dry erase board, but if it's not a dry erase board, try the magic eraser. Some other things last week that also came from this that I worked on with this student is, here's the number, and then he had to tell me yes or no if this equation equaled 7, and on all of these, 2 of them were yeses and 1 of them was a no. So you can kind of do that how you want. We just went through them more so like flashcards. 7, 3 plus 4, does that equal 7? Yes or no? He would tell me 2 plus 6, does that equal 7? Yes or no? And he would like actually use his fingers and do the one-to-one counting, figure it out. And then these were some other prepped activities that were in here. I'm just going to show you. I can't take credit for this because like I said, this basket came from another teacher, but I thought they were great activities. They're number bonds. So the number is 6 and they already put 1 on there. So depending on the level of the student, you could make them completely build it out. Because all of them in here are 6, would model for, well, okay, just kidding, there's some 10s, but there's like a chunk of them in a row that are 6s. So I would give the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to the student to start with, and then so like on this number bond, 1 is already here, so then it was easy to figure out how many were over here and count it. So you can differentiate and give them more or less modifications and accommodations as needed, just depending on their skill level, because you could just make them completely figure it out on their own. You could take away the counters and they would just have to figure it out and write the number in. But we just worked on, I gave them the 6 to start, helped move the 1 over there, and then we just counted what the other side of the number bond was. So it really just depends on the student's skill level and what their needs are on how you accommodate that. But anyways, just wanted to show that because I thought that was a great activity that we were pretty successful with. I'm just looking around thinking if there's anything else different I need to show you. I don't really think there is. I did one day last week prep this book, but I don't know if I ever showed you how it turned out. So this is accounting. This is an adapted book. So 1, here's the 1. I have to move it over here. If I was a little bit more invested in it, I didn't actually put the Velcro pieces here. I did put them over here, and this is just regular paper. That should have been cardstock. I should have laminated it, but whatever. I was working with time constraints. Then we've just put it here and moved it back before flipping the page, but you could also put a Velcro piece here to have it stick. But anyways, that was another activity we've been working on. Also name tracing, that's in here. Yeah, I think that's about about all. So tomorrow that student will keep working on subtracting with. And yeah, I just need to, I need to get out the craft go along with this. So let me get that out. I got out my entire bucket of, or not bucket, all my folders of it that I had prepped beforehand. So this is the fall one. We've got some pumpkins here, some gourds. Those are just easy coloring. Let me see if there's anything more specific since the book is about the first Thanksgiving. Some leaves. Here we're making apples on it, picking apples on an apple tree. That must go with a specific book that's left in there. These are all free Teachers by Teachers things. Okay, this is to make and label a pumpkin. Oh, things we're thankful for. This, I'm gonna put this in there, and the pumpkins and gourds, and then the list of things we're thankful for, because it's about the first Thanksgiving. So that's an appropriately themed craft with the book. So yeah, that's for tomorrow. It's like 12:40 right now. I did spend a good 20 minutes chatting with the associate that works in here and just kind of catching up about the weekend and stuff, since we had exciting news to talk about. So yeah, I really didn't spend a ton of time prepping today. It does get easier. I feel now more in the flow of it. I did mention earlier in one of my earlier vlogs that it was taking me longer to prep for ESY just because there's new students and new things that, to me, the skills and needs that they're working on, and just figuring out what's going to work for us. But now by week 3, I do feel a little bit more confident in what we're doing, what their needs are, how long it's going to take, and just kind of getting in a groove. I have said this before in previous vlogs, but I am a big proponent of bulk prepping as much as you can. I mean, as you can see, I've got all the crafts themed out and printed and ready for the entire year, so I'm not just every day trying to print and Velcro out the visuals and print and prepare a craft to do. If you just like know you're gonna need a certain amount for, you know, for a 3-week unit or whatever it is, just as much as if you know you're gonna use it, there's no point in like reinventing the circle or doing these same things every day, going to the same links and printing stuff out. Just do it all together. Like even the math, I prepped all of the math ahead of time and have it in a folder here, so that I've got all the lessons out and all of the student work pages for the entire unit is all here. And I did it for what I anticipated to be how far we would get through ESY, getting through a lesson a day. And I thought that was, you know, aggressive of me. At most, there's no way we were going to do 2 lessons a day, but I was like, at most, we're going to do a lesson a day if we even get through that. And really, we usually have been doing it. The days that I was gone last week, they didn't quite get through a lesson a day, which is fine. But then I just printed and prepped all of that at once. So the same thing for the crafts, the same thing for the visuals. Just do as much of it in bulk as you can, and it will save you so much time on the back end. So now that we're in a groove with that and I feel good about it, we're really just able to pick stuff up and go, and I just kind of have to switch stuff out. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go switch out the craft, switch out the books and the visuals, and I'm gonna be ready to go. My son has a therapy appointment at 2 o'clock. Gotta get him to. I need to eat something before we go. I did bring some leftovers, but then I realized I forgot to bring a fork. So I'm gonna have to venture my way down to the teacher's lounge and see if they have any forks available. Because again, this is not my school, so I'm not as familiar with it or feel as comfortable taking stuff out of the teacher's lounge. But I do need to eat, so probably gonna have to do that today. But anyways, it's been a good day. I will quit chatting and get this stuff prepped, and I will talk to you all, see you all tomorrow.
We get a large iced Caramelicious with almond milk and The bacon and Gouda omelet egg bites.
Did you want an extra shot in that drink?
No, thank you.
Anything else I can get for you?
That's it.
Good morning, everybody. We made it here. It is, excuse me. It's been a hectic morning. By my own fault, a lot of it. But yeah, I'm tired. I feel like I'm in a perpetual state of being tired. I fell asleep on the couch last night, which was my own fault. I should have just turned my show off and gone upstairs, but I tried to keep watching it and fell asleep at like 9 o'clock. Then woke up after 10 o'clock and then had a hard time falling back asleep immediately. So then it was like 11 o'clock by the time I actually got to bed and was wound down and fell asleep. Then, of course, my alarm went off this morning and I had to work out and was just too tired to actually do it and just kept hitting snooze. And then I finally did get up and got downstairs and found that my dog had another accident on the floor. Thankfully, it was on the hardwood floor, not the carpet. It's easier to clean up, but still added to the hectic morning. And we are out of groceries, which I, stopped at Scooters, and I have grocery pickup scheduled for tonight. But when I made it yesterday, it was too late to get a pickup for yesterday. So, of course, I had to wait. And yeah, I didn't have any coffee creamer still at home. This is still like an ongoing thing from last week, but I knew we were leaving town last week, so I didn't get any yet. And I just went without yesterday. I was like, I can't go 2 days in a row without having any coffee. So anyways, a little late to the game today, but got my son to daycare, got everything cleaned up at home. But I showed you everything that we're going to do today, so I guess I will check in with you when today is over. And then this afternoon, the plan is to go back over to my school and start setting up I can't talk, some of my brain is out this morning, setting up the sensory room, which will be an entire other video. So I will video myself doing that this afternoon. We'll see how far I get, if I get it done today. If not, I'll go back on Thursday and finish it up on Thursday, hopefully. So that's the plan. Hopefully this morning goes fast. I'm dragging, I'm tired. I'm really hoping this coffee does wonders for me, and the caffeine wakes me up and gives me some life, because I need it right now.
Take a look out the window. Spirit goes up as the rain falls down. I've been sailing on the wrong course, keeping it together like I did before. Think that I've said this a few times. Even with that, has it ever felt right? I swear that this has happened every moment. Can I just be honest? I was only one.
Back in my car again because I'm just trying to get out of here as soon as possible. But it really only took me about 15 minutes to clean up from today, make sure everything was ready for tomorrow. Tomorrow's Wednesday, so it'll be a progress monitoring day. So I just pulled out all of their progress monitoring rubrics and procedures from my binder, my master binder. That is not something that I did during the regular school year, but I organized it that way for ESY, and I'm loving it. And so I'm definitely going to change the way I organize all my progress monitoring procedures for next year and keep it that way, and just keep everybody's in a binder, especially because pretty quickly after the year starts, I'm going to have a long-term sub there for my maternity leave, and I think it'll just be easier for her if I keep everybody's all together. So during the school year, I usually have a separate binder for each student, and I keep master copies for that student in their individual binder. But I don't know, it was nice to pull out the progress monitoring like that and have that all in a binder with their BIPs in there as well. So yeah, I think I'm gonna relook at how I organize that for the fall and change that around a bit, and for the associates in my room, instead of doing one for each student, especially because I'm only starting the year with 4 students, I can definitely get 4 students worth of information into one binder instead of having a separate one for each kid. I think that'll just be easier, especially because we're going to be doing a lot more switching and sharing of students this year among the associates that work in my room, and not just be so tied to one individual student. I mean, everyone will have like the main student that they're with the majority of the time, but we'll also be working with the other kids during other parts of the day, and it'll be just, easier. You don't have to like switch binders all the time. Everybody just has everybody's information. I know at some point it's not going to last that I only have 4 kids on my roster. I had 10 to start the year last year, and so for a program like mine, 10 was a lot. So thankful that we're only starting with 4 this year, but I know it won't stay that way. It'll get added. But okay, I'm talking way too long. I need to go to Hy-Vee, get myself some lunch, and then I'm headed over to my school to start working in the sensory room and putting that together. I'm really excited about it. And yeah, I've got until about like 4:20ish so I can work on that, because then I've got to go pick up my son and bring him to his therapy appointment. Yeah, he's got 2 different kinds of therapy. So we did have therapy on Monday. Yesterday he had like play therapy, and then today he has BHIS services, so it stands for behavior. I actually don't even know what the H is. Integrated services, though. I don't know what the H stands for, but anyways, they're more behavior services for him. So I don't even know what the point of what I'm talking about anymore is. I'm gonna go eat and then work on the sensory room. That will be a separate video, and yeah, look for that. I might get that one edited and up before this even week of teaching ESY video goes up. So keep your eyes peeled for that, and I will check in with this vlog in the morning.
I said this a few times. Even with that, has it ever felt right? I swear that this has happened every moment. Can I just be honest? I was only wondering, and maybe we could take it to a different conversation. Things will get uncomfortable, but only if we make it. I just wanna say that.
Good morning, happy Wednesday. It's Wednesday. Whew. I am tired again. Aldi canceled my order yesterday, and I wouldn't say canceled, rescheduled it. So that's 2 days in a row that I've been trying to get groceries since Monday. Granted, yes, if I actually went to the store, I would get it, but the whole point of this is I still don't have coffee creamer. So here we are surviving on scooters again, but it's National Drive-Through Coffee Day, and I had a $2 off coupon. So I got that large iced coffee for $5. It was hard to say no to that. So anyways, it's Wednesday here. We're going to do progress monitoring today. Yesterday, I was able to get in and get a great start on the sensory room in my own school. I would say my own classroom. It's technically not my classroom. It's right next to my classroom. But yeah, that was exciting. The video ended up mostly being just like me unboxing things and then trying to get the layout set up and then figuring out what still needs to be purchased so that it can be ready to go for the fall. So I will insert some clips of myself trying to do that from yesterday in case you haven't gone and posted it, because I edited it even last night and posted it, and so it's live. You can go back and watch that if you haven't already. What else? I feel really good about where we're at today. I've got all of my probes out and ready and organized by student, so that's ready to go for today, and that's going to take up the majority of today. I'm kind of debating if I'm even going to do a week in my life for next week, because it's the last week of ESY, and yeah, we'll just be, it's done already, so we'll be wrapping things up. We're halfway through, but it's so short. It's only 4 weeks, so yeah, we're done next week, and we're already thinking about wrapping things up. And especially since I started that sensory room project yesterday, I am mostly just focused on the school year and what I need to get done for that. So I got a list to my principal of the things that we still need to order for that. She said as soon as our secretaries come back to work in August that she would have them order those things. So a part 2 to that video, to that setup video, will be coming out early August once those things are ordered and all here. It's mostly organizing things, and then tapestries to help because I'm not painting that room, and some more sensory kits. That's basically what it is. But I have some organizational things that I want to do for it. I have a sign up sheet for using that room that I want to put together, and probably like a directions or expectations poster so people know what the expectations are for that room, as far as like, you need an adult with you, you need to sign up for the room, everything needs to get put back exactly how it was when you walked into it. And yeah, and then finally, once it is all organized, I'm going to take pictures of everything, where it goes, print them, post them, so people can just match it to that and know exactly where to put things away at. So yeah, anyways,
It's 7:30 right now, so thankfully I'm not scrambled around. I actually got up to do my workout this morning. It wasn't quite as long as I wanted it to be. I usually try to do 30 minutes of walking on the treadmill. I got 20 minutes in. Today is all part of that was because, well, I shouldn't have hit snooze the first thing. I also wanted to get that video posted this morning, so I finished uploading that and doing the description and everything. So that took a little bit of time, and then I had to get us ready to go to Adventureland this afternoon. We're meeting our son's biological siblings at Adventureland this afternoon, and so I had to make sure our bag was packed for that. So all of that just like added more onto this morning, but I still got up. I still got some of workout in. Some is better than nothing, and I'm feeling good, even though I am a little bit tired. But it's always worth it in the end to push through how tired I am to get up and get going and not feel rushed and to like have that time to myself and work out. So anyways, I've talked your ear off long enough. I'm gonna start working on some of those things that I was talking about for the sensory room, and I will check in with you at the end of the day. Made it to the end of the day. I need to very quickly input all the progress monitoring and file it, get things out for tomorrow. So today for social skills, we did reach out and give, and then read harvest book. I don't know if I showed you the craft from it from yesterday, 2 days ago. It was mostly like working on some like pumpkin and gourds, and then some leaves that had everything that they were thankful for, and they wrote what they were thankful for. So tomorrow we have be polite and kind for social skills. I've got the visual for it for our schedule, and I feel like I'm gonna read Possum's Harvest Moon, read it, and then the craft is actually one that they're still working on from the week before when family was our theme, and they were making a book. I showed it in the last vlog if you watched the ESY week 2 vlog, but it had a bunch of pages about like their holidays and traditions and who their family members are. So they're still finishing that book. So I picked out a fall book that had like other characters, kind of family members in it. So it kind of still connected back to the family theme too, even though we're on fall. And then, yeah, that makes me start thinking about into next week, which is our last week, because tomorrow's our last day for this week. Next week the theme is math, numbers. All the books are like number book and counting book, so it's like crossover between the two. One of the activities you saw me doing today with one of my students, and we'll do it again tomorrow, is practicing the tens, the ones, the place value. And so we'd draw out the number, and he would write 3 10s, 1 1, and then draw it in base 10, 1 2 3 10 6 and 1 dot there. So that was that activity. We'll do it again tomorrow. I think that's really everything, because everything else we did today was progress monitoring, and tomorrow is just more of the same routines. Nothing truly drastically different. I'm also going to quickly eat my lunch as I'm sitting here, and then go and change and go pick up my son, because we're going to meet his biological siblings at Adventureland. I am hoping and praying they just want to go swim right away and not do a bunch of rides, because it is supposed to be really hot, like in the 90s this afternoon, and I just don't do well with walking around. Like, I'm gonna have to be doing a lot of sitting. So yeah, that's the afternoon. No really other updates other than that, so I will check in with you tomorrow.
I need you now, won't you come back? Would you fall for me? I will fall for you. Don't you make no mistake, 'cause I'm all for you. Now we back to chillin' in my crib now, and I know it feels right, and I know it feels right. I'ma curve other girls in my life, 'cause you the one that feels right, you the one that feels right. Hit you in the spot when it's late night, I know when it feels right, I know when it feels right. Couldn't see me with nobody else, 'cause you the one that feels right, you the one that feels right.
Good morning, happy Thursday. We made it to the end of our work week. I'm feeling thankful for that. I finally have coffee again. It's been a long week. I mean, I guess I did get it the last 2 days, but truthfully, ever since we got our Nespresso machine, which since I got it, Chris got it for me for a Christmas present 2 years ago, I like it better than drive-through coffee. Like, it truly has cut down on the amount of times that I go to Starbucks and Scooters, but I didn't really have a choice the last 2 days if I wanted coffee. So I have my own coffee again, and I will say I am obsessed with Aldi creamer. I have a almond milk caramel creamer from them that I get, and that and the Nespresso pods is just, it's my favorite, which works out because it's like 80 cents for a coffee this size. I don't even know how many ounces that would be, but I have to pay $7-8 for that anywhere else, so that works out. What other things? I woke up with, and actually I shouldn't say I woke up with it. It happened in the middle of the night, and I know when I did it, I like turned my neck and I think I pulled a muscle. It feels like I slept on it wrong when your muscles hurt, but I remember the moment it happened in the middle of the night when I was like trying to turn myself over. That's the thing about being pregnant, is you can't move very easily, and trying to like turn in the middle of the night now and flip over at all is challenging. So anyways, it's the last day of the week here at school. I also finally, that grocery order came, got some Fruit Loops, off-brand obviously from Aldi, but we go through them really quickly in here, and we needed more, and I couldn't wait for my sped director to be off of her vacation so that I could get a purchase order approved. The instructional coach did tell me though that I could turn the receipt in for it, which is great. I really try really hard to draw a line between like just not spending so much at school anymore. Don't get me wrong. Over the years, I've invested plenty of my own money into it, but I just finally got to the point now, especially that we're having a family and having kids, I'm like, I can't keep investing all this money into my classroom. Like, there are things that I have invested in, my, a lot of classroom furniture and supplies, but anymore, if I can't, either use PTO money, the grant that if you watched my sensory room, like that was all funded by a grant. Our sped department, like I can put a purchase order in through there because if things are written into their IEPs, for example, edible reinforcements, then the sped department does have to provide that. So if it's not materials that I can't get provided through one of those means or reimbursed for through one of those means, I really like limit myself on buying it anymore, because I'm just like, it's fun. It's fun to put together these like cool room transformations and fun activities for the kids, but it just, for what it's worth, for what I get paid, for how quickly a lot of those activities go by, like, I don't know, I just really limit myself on what I actually spend my own money on in my classroom anymore. So now, this is my 10th year teaching, and I have already invested a lot of money into a lot of things that I reuse over and over again. So don't hear me and think like, oh, I need to quit spending any money in my room, because I was not like that the first, I don't know, it's probably been the last 2 years. So like the first 8 years of my teaching career, I was putting a lot of my own money in my classroom, and I still reuse a lot of those materials. I'm just a little more picky about it anymore. So, okay, off with that rant. Today's gonna be a good day. Just gonna put it out there. It's gonna be a good day. I got coffee. It's the last day of the work week. I'm tired, but it's gonna be okay. I just gotta make it till 12:30. Well, not really, then I have to go pick up my son, but at least at work I only have to make it till 12:30. So I will check in with you after our morning is done.
Trying to take one ride around in my body. Can't say I saw you around when I started. I'm a hometown hero, that's a far that I came, but I never knew if it would fall into place. I became what I wanted, and I'm still on the way. Ain't coming
Just
home.
like that, week 3 is over. Today was just pretty basic, normal day. I included a couple of clips of some of the math and other kind of sorting speech activities that we were doing, but yeah, pretty basic. This is our social story for today. I need to get out the thematic books and crafts for next week. It's all going to be around math and numbers related. And then just kind of clean up. I've also got to put in some progress monitoring for the week for behavior progress monitoring, since that gets taken daily. But because we're only here for hour increments of time, I put all 4 days for the week on one sheet. So I'm putting all 4 of those in at once today, now that the week is over. But yeah, I'm really just going to clean up, put in some progress monitoring. And then my son wanted to stay at daycare longer today to do their field trip. I don't even remember what he said it was, but he wanted to do that. But we have a home visit from his CASA worker at 4 o'clock today. So I need to go pick him up probably around 3:15 and then make sure we're home by 4 o'clock. So I suppose I will clean this up, put my progress monitoring in, but then work on some stuff I had for the regular school year that I wanted to do. I want to open back up my maternity sub plans and just double check them and see if there's anything I can update, change. I'm really just waiting to have the master schedule for next year to finalize those, and then I will show you all of those. But then I was also working on just some things for their binders while I'm going to be gone, updating all of their behavior progress monitoring and just trying to kind of do some last minute prep on that. So that's what I'm going to work on. I will show you a little time lapse, I guess, of me working and cleaning up the room. But other than that, that is it for week 3. I am so glad you stuck around and watched this far into the video. I've got 1 week left of ESY, and then we will be fully back into the back to school mode. I will actually get into my own classroom and set up my own classroom. I will finish setting up the sensory room that's right next to mine and show you my maternity plan. So those are coming in the upcoming videos that you can expect. And I hope you subscribe and stick around. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Ain't coming home the way I left it. This time something's different. Ain't coming home the way I left it. This time it's my city. Ain't coming home the way I left it. This time something's different. Ain't coming home the way I left it, 'cause I know you miss me now. Well, I'm busting the door down, coming to your house. All my same goals, but got my same jokes. Yes, I came up, but I ain't changed though. Just my hometown knows my name now.